Good afternoon, sir.
Again, only 42 students are there in meeting. Today I'm going to perform first experiment after covering certain theoretical part of image histogram. So without wasting time, we'll start with the lecture. Okay, so I will share my presentation. Okay. Is present block diagram. The title key stages in digital image processing. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in any image, you can see there are several stages. First of all, you should know what is the problem domain. Means you are taking an image. Later on, what is the area of interest in that image, particular image. Suppose particular doctor is diagnosing for brain tumor, so he will be having complete brain image, but out of that he will extract the attributes of tumor, what is the size of the tumor, how it looks, where it is located, likewise. So that problem definition is always important. Like in certain images, somebody may focus on the foreground, somebody may focus on the background, wherever he or she needs the information. So few steps here is the image acquisition. Image acquisition is nothing but the capturing image with the help of image sensor is nothing but a camera. Then image enhancement, you may control the brightness, then contrast, you may crop, you may segment likewise. So another is image restoration. If there is certain noise into the image, it will be restored with say pure version. Then morphological processing, then segmentation, then object recognition is nothing but whatever is the area of or region of interest. Like in a brain image, a doctor is interested in brain tumor part, so that is the object for. If I'm say I captured one image of nature wherein certain animals are there in that nature image, somebody may be interested in number of trees in that image, so number of trees will be object recognition. Somebody may be interested in number of tigers, number of any other animal, so that would be the object. So that's why I'm saying object may be in background, object may be in foreground, depending on of course the problem statement or region of interest. Then it's representation and description, how it will be represented, how it is description. Then there are sub blocks like color image processing and image compression. Why image compression is required, we already discussed. If we want to store or transmit the image, image compression plays very important role. We discussed in last lecture. Now, image acquisition is the very first stage. Suppose this is the scene element or image, that of course to capture the image, illumination or light source should be there. You all are known to this. The picture taken indoor and picture taken outdoor into the sunlight are very say different in quality, because all the objects are clearly visible in outdoor images. Even in so many functions, the video shooting or photo shooting is done with one light spot. So there are two persons, you know, lightman and cameraman. So here this image is captured by the camera. This is the generalized process that you know. Then this is the internal view of the image. Later on, output image is represented in digitized form. Like this is the x-axis, and say this is the y-axis. In terms of axis, image we have two-dimensional image x and y, and in digital we call it is m by n. So pixel wise information is stored here depending on the location, that is xy location of the pixel, as well as intensity of the pixel. For an example, if we have 8-bit image, then what is meaning of 8-bit image? It may be signed or unsigned. If it is unsigned image, then 2 raised to power 8, 256 shades are possible. 256 shades are possible, and each shade will have certain intensity, and those intensities are recorded whenever this image is, say, stored or digitized. So what is the information of particular image pixel? Suppose this is the image pixel, its xy location, somewhere it is written m by n pixel location, and third information is intensity. So intensity level kitne रह गए? If it is 2 raised to power 8, it will be 256. Means extreme white will be 0, and 0 will be extreme dark, and 255 will be extreme white, and in between there will be shades, different shades. Suppose I say that 2-bit image. Let's come to some small or easy example. So it will be 2 raised to power 2. So how many? 2 raised to power 2, it will be 4. So 4 shades will be there. One is extreme black, extreme white, and in between those two. So there will be 4 intensity levels here. So if I'm saying 2-bit grayscale image, there will be 4 gray shades. Are you clear? Are you understanding? There will be 4 gray shades. Approximately, if I want numbers, so approximately the shade intensities in terms of number will be, I'll tell you. So first will be 0, next intensity will be 63 around, next intensity will be again near about 127, then next intensity level will be around 190, likewise there will be intensity levels. So different levels are there. So here, coming back, if it is 8-bit unsigned, I'll tell you what are the different data types for the image or types of the image later on. So here this complete image is stored with 3 information, that is pixel location. In fact, it has 2 attributes only, pixel location and intensity, but pixel location is defined x and y. So there will be, of course, 3. So this image is what we captured and digitized. Then image enhancement, the captured image, suppose this seems to be like this, and you can see a lot of information is hidden in this image. So to make it clear visible, we do enhancement, and enhancement is nothing but what it is, contrast brightness adjustment. Then we'll be looking at the code of all these operations, don't you worry. Then image restoration, you can see this is the source image, this one, and this source image has too much noise, and in the restoration process we removed and we got this one is the output image. Generally in image restoration, similar kind of pixels are found, and accordingly the filter or noise removal algorithm is run on this image. Thereby, whatever the noise you are looking in this picture is not present in the second picture here. Then morphological operations, because you can see we are not dealing with these operations, what operations are here, but your input image is having noise here also, which is in background as well as foreground. We are interested in only these patterns, fingerprint patterns. Okay, so that is extracted and very clear image is obtained using morphological operations here. We have seen one of the morphological operation earlier also. In segmentation, you can see this is the input image, but here it is more clear. Here there is one hole in this track. Here there is a shadow of this track, whatever is placed here, that shadow is removed. So segmentation, why segmentation? We separate out. If somebody mix so many fruits together and ask you to separate apple, cherries, then bananas, oranges, so you can easily sort it out by looking at the attributes of each and every fruits. Similarly, here are some algorithms can be used that will be of course learned later on, and accordingly after doing analysis of this image, those unwanted part are removed and only required information or segments are kept there. For an example, if we are using iris scanner, wherein it will capture the image of complete eye, right? And the area of interest will be only this iris. So in that case, it is segmented, and this iris only taken into the consideration, and later on further processings can be done. So this is a segmentation. We'll have one example later on. Then object recognition. As I mentioned, there is a nature scene and somebody is interested in object recognition, like number of trees, number of tigers, number of sheep, number of different element as animals, suppose. So similarly here it is related to again iris. In that image, three different objects are recognized, and here it is represented in terms of pixel width and petal length, and where they are, what are the number of those objects and where they are located, what is the size, every information is extracted. So object recognition algorithms are also available. Representation and description is the next step. We'll understand this graph later on. So representation and description of particular image is also important. Then image compression, you know why compression is used. Compression algorithms are also available. Color image processing is also one part. Now, coming to the basic image import, processing, and export. We'll see only basic operation of image: import, export, and processing. And here we are only focusing today on image histogram. Now this example shows how to read an image into the workspace. Workspace means in terms of MATLAB or Scilab. So we'll be using MATLAB here. Am I audible to all? Is PPT going on properly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Adjust the contrast in the image and then write the adjusted image to file. Means we will be reading one image, we will be processing that image, means adjusting contrast, brightness, whatever, and then a new image is formed, of course, after processing. Then we will write that image somewhere into the workspace with certain name. So step 1, read and display an image. Read an image into the workspace using imread command. Imread is the command, we'll use that. The example reads one of the sample image included with toolbox. You may have another image as well. You may use internal library images from the MATLAB, or you may use some other image. Then an image of young girl in file name pout.tif. We'll be using this image pout.tif from the MATLAB library and store it in an array named I, because image is there, but we have to store digitally. It will be having certain number, of course. So we'll store with name I. Imread infers from the file that the graphics file format is tagged image file, that is TIF format में है TIFF, but by writing extension we'll write .tif, tagged image file format. Here I will divert the discussion. How many formats you know regarding image? Can somebody enlist? How many image formats that you know? Seriously, you don't know any image format?
JPEG.
Yes, it is JPEG, GIF, then now we have seen TIF, then we have PNG. Likewise, if you open Paint application, if you use Paint application, if you draw something there and if you save it, then into the save you will fit several formats. You'll see several formats there. So JPEG, PNG, TIF, GIF is one of those. Now we'll read the image by using imread pout.tif. I'll go back to the MATLAB now. Here is the MATLAB. For visibility purpose, I have increased the font of every window. This is MATLAB 2014A. You may use any older version. Whatever we are doing here does not require any higher version, because everywhere these basic information, basic instructions are available. Now, here is say tool tab, everything is there, script, new, open, import, run, layout, everything. This is called command window. In command window, I will write I is equal to, not necessary I, you may write A, B, C, D, any variable name. I is equal to imread in bracket single quote pout dot EIF. Complete. So this instruction will read the image named pout.tif into the library. I'll enter it. So you can see some numbers are there. Some numbers. Instead of looking at the numbers here, I'll show you into the workspace. This is whatever we did here is the command window. It will show you the command history. Next command can be written here. Okay, you might be aware about the MATLAB because you went through SDL 3 and 4. I think SDL 3, you had MATLAB there. Then this I image into the workspace here. This is the workspace. It is showing you it is of 291 by 24, sorry, 291 by 240 pixel size, and it is of unsigned integer. UINT is nothing but unsigned integer 8. If you say integer 8, I'll come back to the PPT again. If you say integer 8, then it has 256. Or in terms of image, it will have 0 to 250. Sorry, yes, 0 to 255. This will be integer 8 representation. But whenever there is means unsigned integer 8 is this UINT. But if it is integer 8, then it will be having minus 128 values up to 127. इसको ही half कर दिया. You can see this. I'll write 2 instead of, you may say that it is minus 128 to 127. This will be signed integer. This will be unsigned integer 0 to 255. Coming back to the MATLAB again. So this is a workspace. And if I click on I, you will get this array of 291 by 240. And every array element is this will be 1 1, this will be 2 2, this will be 3 3, and say this will be 1 10. And every array has some intensity. You can see here the intensity is less, 91 somewhere. You can see if somebody show you this array, nobody can predict it is a pout image of young girl, because it is recorded into the system now. But how to see this? How to see this? I'll close this. For that, there is a command. We'll go by PPT instead of using direct command. Okay, so we read this image with name pout.tif. Then display the image using what is function imshow function. You can also view image in image viewer app, and for that there is a function imtool. That function opens the image viewer app which present in integrated environment of the MATLAB, of course, for displaying image and performing some common image processing task. Why this imtool app is used? For displaying an image and performing some common image processing task. The image viewer app provides all image display capabilities. All type of image display capability is there. Maybe color, maybe grayscale, maybe TIF, GIF, PNG, everything of ImShow, but also provide access to several other tools for navigating and exploring images such as scroll bars, the pixel region tool, image information tool, and the contrast adjustment tool. So what is the difference between ImShow and ImTool? ImShow will only show you the image and you will be able to see the image. You cannot see other attributes of the image on ImShow. But if you use ImTool, then navigation and exploration with images, scroll bars, pixel region tool, image information tool, and contrast adjustment, these tools can be adjusted. So we'll be using these two, ImShow and ImTool, into the MATLAB now. Syntax is ImShow in bracket image name, of course the array that we saved earlier, and ImTool is bracket name of the image. So here I'll be using, this is a work history. You can clear that by CLC command. The command history will be clear. Now I will use here ImShow. The name is capital I and enter. You can see here is the image, but if I hover the cursor there, no information is there. You can save, of course, save and do certain process, but no information about this image. It's just the picture which we already read by the MATLAB, saved into array I, matrix, not array, matrix I, and we'll be able to see. Let's go for the ImTool. Command is ImTool in bracket I. You can see now this is the same image open with app ImTool, which will provide you the pixel info x comma y as I stated earlier, intensity, and display range is 0 to 255 because it is unsigned integer 8, UINT 8. So if I hover the cursor somewhere, you can see pixel information is changing. Here somewhere it is different, here somewhere it is different. So if I go into the corner of this picture somewhere here, I cannot exactly locate the corner, but you are getting two pixel number means x2, y2, xy ki value 22, and there the intensity is 106. It is somewhat bright. It is not dark. It is not very bright. Move towards, any questions? Move towards right hand side. I came to the right corner, right top corner. It shows around 240, 239, comma 1. Means it is the x value. And if I again from the left corner, if I come down, you can see x value is near to 0, that is 2, I cannot exactly locate 0, and y is now 289 and 290 291 tak hai wo. So this is how pixel information we are obtaining. Just scroll this mouse to the whitest portion. I'll try here somewhere brightest portion. You can see here the intensity is 210. Intensity is 210. 210 is near to 255. That's why it is white. As I said, 0 is extreme black and 255 is extreme white. You cannot see 255 here because there is no 255 intensity in this image. I'll come to the dark portion, that is hair of this young girl, and minimum pixel information that we can get around 80. Darkest 72 भी मिला है समझो. 77. So it is a dark value of the intensity. It has complete shades from 0 to 255. I'll come to some middle range somewhere on the sweater of this girl, about 150, around 130, 150, 140 is the intensity. Grayscale. So total 256 grayscales are available here. Again, coming back to any questions if you have at any time in this subject, you may interrupt me at any time, because you have to understand. Again, today only 79 students are there, so I'll consider experiment 1 is performed by these students only. So you get the image like this. Then step 2, check how image appears in the workspace. Check how the imread function stores the image that we have already seen data in the workspace. We have seen the matrix of 291 by 240 something, whatever. Using whose command can provide you the attributes of the image. You can also check the variable in the workspace browser. The imread function returns the image data in the variable I that we have already seen, which is 291 by 240 elements array of unsigned cube integer 8 data. So we already done this step. We'll again come back to the MATLAB. We have seen this matrix array of 291 by 240 u int 8 with different value. We have seen imtool also. I'll right now whose I think the bracket is not there. Whose I. Whenever we are writing whose command, will provide you certain attributes of the image, like name of the image is I, size of the image is 291 by 240, number of bytes required to store is 69840, class unsigned integer 8. These are the attributes. Now I may have performed certain operations on this image, like I have performed one of the operation earlier, not during this lecture, and I form image J. So if you are not specifying, you want information of specific image I, if you write only whose, WHOS, you will get number of arrays available, number of images available here, matrix I and J दोनों की information दें. Fortunately, both the information are same, because I have just checked image histogram and then saved this in the name of J. That's why the information is same. So this is how we can use whose function. Then improve image contrast. View the distribution of image pixel intensities. Yes, visually हमें दिखा है that this image is not that much clear. Its edges are not that much clear. The image pout.tif is somewhat low contrast image. To see the distribution of intensities in an image, create histogram by calling imhist function. Precede the call to imhist within the figure command so that the histogram does not override the display of the image I in the current figure window. What is given into the bracket? Suppose I am writing image I, reading image I directly. Later on I am taking histogram of I. Then what happened? Previous image window will disappear and histogram will come. We cannot see them together. Either we have to define figure everywhere, so there will be two figures separately, or you may use subplot function. We'll be using that just after a few minutes. Now Notice how the histogram indicate that the intensity range of the image is rather narrow. The range does not cover the potential range of 0 to 255, not necessary. Due to 8-bit, it is 0 to 255. But in particular image, there might be an intensity level from 100 to say 198 only. There are another pixels are maybe missing or not present, and is missing the high or low values, what would result in good contrast. So we will take these two. So we'll have again show use figure. I'm reading this image. Single quote is required, inverted quote is required for the syntax. If you make it wrong, then you will not get the result. Im show I. So it came but does not appear on in the front. So this is the image. Then I'll use this command. What is that? Imhist. I want histogram of this image. I'll tell you what is histogram. Imhist of I. So this figure shows the histogram of I. Now what is the histogram? Can I use pointer here? No. What is the histogram? In histogram is nothing but the pictorial representation of the pixels, a pixel frequency of particular intensity. For an example, you can see near about 0 to near about here 70 or not 70, 75 something. 0 to 75 intensity is not present in this image pout.tif. Again, very less frequency after 170 or 175. We cannot consider this into the picture, but about 175 to 255, there are no pixels in this range. Means right hand side you will see it is blank, left hand side it is blank. Now what is meaning of this? Somewhere here, I do not have exact number, but around 180 something, this intensity is repeated in the picture near about 400 times. Those intensities which are touched to the upper part of the graph, those pixel intensities are occurred more than 1600 times. Somewhere here I will use this. This intensity is occurred near about 1300 times. So particular intensity frequency is shown here graphically. So pictorial representation of occurrence of intensity pixel intensities into the image is nothing but a histogram. Now what we get from the histogram? From this histogram, we can directly say that there are no dark pixels available, there are no bright pixels available. Therefore, our eyes will not distinguish between the edges. That's why imhist is used for showing histogram. Then we will equalize this histogram. There is one function. So we got histogram like this. These pixel intensities are occurred at very higher rate. These are occurred somewhere around 600 times. These are occurred around 150 to 200 times. These pixels are occurred for very less, about 515 something times. Now, improve the contrast in the image using hist equalization function. Histogram equalization spreads the intensity values over the full range of the image. What it says that if I use histogram equalization, this graph will be spread towards 0. Also, it will spread towards 255. Therefore, we can easily distinguish the color. Instead of color, I will say shades. Display the image. The toolbox includes several other functions that perform the contrast adjustment, including ImAdjust, adaptive histogram equalization, and interactive tools like adjust contrast tool available in the image viewer. We'll be looking towards this advanced tools later on. We're performing on instructions only today. Now, what is done here? Whatever the histogram we took for image I, from that histogram we understood that pixel values dark and lights are not available, therefore it is not that much clear. So I'll improve the contrast here. So I'll write one more image with name I2, which is nothing but equalized histogram of the previous image I, and we'll show that. Let's come to the MATLAB again. So I'll write new name, that is, what was the command? Command is hist eq. So I'll write here, you may add any name, say ijk, k is equal to hist eq, histogram equalization of which image? Earlier image is I, and I will say that. So you can see one in workspace here, one more matrix is generated, and which is having now variation of the frequency because histogram is not now equalized. You can see 65, 61, very less intensity values here, and again the high intensities values. Earlier we had discussion of I matrix 198. You can see here 198 means now we'll see the graph of imshow, that is new image form, that is k. One of the point operation is done. You can see this. We'll be looking this all information together in your practical code. Don't you worry. I'm going step by step to make you understand what exactly we are doing. Now this spout image is very clear. Here is a dark portion of the hairs, sweater having some middle frequencies or middle intensities, and the light coming from the window are very bright. Let's have im tool of k पे apply करना है. Now you can see here the intensity is, I'm placing this cursor on very brightest portion, and what is intensity at the bottom, left bottom side? You can see pixel info xy 4,21, and its intensity is 255. So I went into the range of what? Highest or brightest pixel. Then I'll come to the hair of this girl. It is 16 intensity. It is very tough to find 0. Yes, I got 0 here somewhere. Here I got 0. Fortunately, we got 255 and 0 both. So it is a pixel location 154,60, where the intensity is 0, means it is the darkest pixel into the image. Now I'll show you what im hist k. Let's see the histogram of k now. So here histogram of k, you can see now it is normalized or equalized, wherein the pixel intensities are starting from 0 towards 255. So this is the histogram of new image. Coming back to PPT again, let me see the time. Okay, 10 minutes more. Okay, so call the imhist function again, which we already done. A histogram of the equalized image I2, हमारे इस केस में K. If you compare the two histograms, you can see that the histogram of I2 is more spread over the range or entire range than histogram of I. Figure imhist I2, we already done this. Imhist. So this is the second figure that we have seen into the MATLAB itself. Write the adjusted image into the disk. I wanted to write this newly formed K image. यहाँ पे I2 है. Let's consider K image into the disk. So imread कैसे है? Similarly, we have imwrite and includes the file name and extension. You may put .png for changing TIF to PNG. No worry about that. PNG long form is portable network graphics format. So what is the way? So imwrite, image name, and pout2.png. Let's see this, and then we'll directly perform the practical. So what was that syntax? Imwrite. So imwrite in bracket image name हमारे केस में is k, comma new name देना है हमें in inverted code. So I'll write pout new I will use dot png complete bracket complete. So let's call this. Yeah, you can see into the current folder we got one image with pout new png. I'm opening that. I double clicked it and I'm opening that. So this is new image. So we'll read that image. Okay. So what I do, I'll use one more, that is a is equal to imread in bracket single quote pout new dot png, whatever we wrote recently into the MATLAB. So this is a new, and I will say im show in bracket a. So you can see whatever we modified, the image is written into the MATLAB. So what we understood today we understood what is an image. We read the image. We had contrast enhancement on that using simple function imhist. We have seen histogram and then hist EQ, that is histogram equalization function. We modified that, and again it is saved or written into the MATLAB directory with the command imwrite, with the name that you like, with the format that you like. Earlier it was TIF, I converted it into the PNG. Now we have seen this, and after this you can have this in iminfo of this. Yeah, we have seen whose command. Again you have iminfo, ininfo, in bracket a के बारे में दे देगा directly if I don't write. No, we need name of that iminfo dash poutnew complete. I'm sorry, iminfo का spelling मैंने गलत लिख दिया. Let me see the command once again. im यहाँ पे गलत कर दिया मैंने. Forgot the command. We'll see that. We'll see that later on. poutnew.png. Let me try once. Okay. So command is im f info pout.png, and you can see everything is given for this file name, where it is located, when it is created, what is file size, format, version, width, height, depth. Depth is not bit depth, 8-bit, 16-bit, like type, colors, not color, it is grayscale. Format, we'll see what is this double, single, unsigned integer, everything. Every information is image modified, time, and remaining attributes are not present. That's why title, everything. So here we'll go for practical number 3, which I have. Now we worked in the command prompt. We can directly use new script, and we can write your line of code here. Likewise, I'm writing a randomly. You can write the line of code here, and you can save it with extension .m. Then you can run directly if you have line of code. So what we'll do now, we'll see the experiment number 1, that is title is modified. I'll say that experiment number 1. We'll go by the sequence. Whatever we perform, that will be experiment number 1. If I perform later on next experiment, that will be 2. So MATLAB code for histogram equalization. So same thing we did here. So I'll not waste time here. CLC for clearing command window. Close all. It is important because sometimes so many image windows are open. So to avoid the problem of overwriting, so close all. It will close all previous windows. Then clear all. It will clear all previous stored data. If this is not performed, sometime there might be overlapping of the previous data and new created function data, and thereby you may get some other reason. Reading an image and displaying histogram. Reading image, you know what is imread is the command. Then instead of using figure, I use subplot. You know what is subplot, because in SDL3 you already used them. Then imshow will show you this image pout.tir. Then title original image. Then subplot 2 में will plot histogram of that. Then histogram equalize image. I saved it with name J, plotted that, and J का भी histogram हमने लिया है. So in this way we'll get 4 figures together: original, its histogram, then histogram equalized image, and its histogram. So I'll run this. Yeah, you can see now there is an original image. Very first image is original image, this one, and second image is histogram. Second means this histogram of original image is the title here. Then histogram equalize image, image after equalization here, and histogram of this equalized image means output image जो है उसका histogram here. So in this manner we performed practical number 1 out of 12. There will be 9 practical on image processing and 3 practicals on signal processing, that is communication related. So with this, thank you very much for attending the lecture as well as practical session. If you have any doubt related, you may ask here. Again, as per my information here on the portal, only 81 students have performed the first experiment. So I'll print this and accordingly I'll mark these students are present for first. Remaining student will perform this experiment by themselves and will explain me everything. Before logging out, I wanted to show you one thing. I copy this code. I copy this code and you might be thinking that MATLAB is not available with me. I don't have laptop. So you can even use online platform. Google में डालो MATLAB live editor. Click on the first link. You will get this page. And some examples are given here. Click on any, run this example here in browser. You'll be getting live editor of the MATLAB without sign in, without any license. And here somewhere in any example, you just replace any code with this. So I replace this code जो भी पहले था with my code and I'll run. So you can see here line by line it is running. It takes a bit more time than that of the MATLAB installed in our system. And you can see same results you plotted here. Same results you plotted here. So all of you try this code. I'll be sending PPTs on Teams. Type it, try it, and take a printout, not the hard copy, but soft copy. Take a printout of this live editor. Control P. If I Control P, I'll get printout. So no need to change the settings. Okay. Try to cover complete script as well as the output. This one. So if you don't have any question, thank you.